Hi, I'm Owen Fitzpatrick, co-author of the book The User's Guide to NLP with Dr. Richard Bandler and Leslie Roberti. In this short video, I want to explain to you a very useful technique for being able to set your own goals. Now, there's a lot of different ideas on how to set goals effectively, but here I want to explain what Joe learned about setting his own future in the right direction, how he learned from Richard Bandler to be able to change his life by deciding exactly what he wanted in his life. These different ideas on goals are something that will be very, very useful for you to be able to apply to your own life. So again, it's going to be done in the form of questions. And I want you to ask yourself the following questions so that you can start to design your own future in the most effective way. The first thing is to make sure that you answer the question, what do you want? Now that might seem simple initially, but the reality is a lot of times when people are asked, what do they want? They immediately tell you what they don't want. When you want to set what we call well-formed outcomes, the first part is the particular outcome itself must be phrased in the positive. In other words, you must be able to tell yourself, what do you want, rather than what you don't want. So instead of saying, I don't want to feel bad, I want to feel good, is a far better way of doing it. Whatever you put your mind or attention on, you'll be more likely to attract. So again, the first part is positive. What do you want? The second part is specific. And this is a great part because what we're looking at here is not just, well, what do you want, but what do you want specifically? The question is, what do you want specifically? By asking that question, it forces you to be able to be more specific about the particular goal that you're setting, which makes you more likely to achieve it. So instead of saying, I want happiness or I want to be happy, instead you're able to design specifically what are the kinds of things that would make you happy. So again, instead of saying, I'd like to live somewhere nice, I'd like this kind of house, in this kind of way with this amount of bedrooms, the more clear and specific you are about what you want, the more likely you are to get it. The third is sensory-based, and that's a simple question, which is, how will you know when you've achieved it? In order for you to be able to know that you're actually achieving your goals, you should have criteria that lets you know that you've done it. So what will you be able to see, hear, and feel once you've achieved your goals? They are the important questions. How will you know when you've achieved it? What will you be able to see, hear, and feel once you've achieved this particular goal? When you ask those questions, you're much more likely to not only get a clear understanding of exactly when you'll have achieved your goal, you'll also feel the wonderful feeling that comes with the pride and delight of having successfully achieved the goals. So again, how will you know when you've achieved it? What will you be able to see, hear, and feel once you've achieved that particular goal? Again, make sure it's sensory-based, based in the senses. It also increases the motivation as well. The next part is ecological, and that is the question, is it worth it? What are the benefits and what are the consequences? You know, whenever you have a particular goal that you're setting for yourself, the more time you spend trying to achieve that goal, the less time you're spending doing something else. So if you can be really clear over exactly what you want to achieve and exactly what are the things that you need to do in order to achieve it, it will give you a good indication as to whether or not it's a good use of time. So again, the questions, is it worth it for you to achieve this goal, given all the time and effort and energy you're going to expend in trying to do that? And if it is, what are the benefits and what are the consequences? Being really clear over not just to you, but what the consequences and benefits are to the people in your life, to your overall life plan, to your mission. The more clear you are of this, the more likely this particular goal will be achieved. And then lastly, control. What is it that you're under the ability to be able to do? What is it that is in your locus of control? What can you influence and what is totally outside of your control or influence? A well-formed goal should be controllable at the very best, or if not controllable, at least a large part of it influential, so that you have the ability to be able to influence it in the most effective way. So again, is this something under your control or is it something under your influence? And if so, which bits are under your influence? The more clear you are about those questions, the more likely you are to achieve that goal. Just like Joe was able to learn to apply this to his life, so you can apply this to yours to build the most incredible future. So just to go through the questions again, what do you want positively? What do you want specifically? How will you know when you've achieved it? What will you be able to see, hear, and feel once you've achieved it? Is it worth it? What are the benefits and consequences? And is it under your control? Or if not, is it under your influence? And if so, which parts of your influence? Ask those questions, answer those questions, and you'll find yourself being able to build a more incredible future. I hope this was of value. For now, I'm Owen Fitzpatrick. Thanks for watching.